These step-sided pyramids in Meroe, Sudan, represent more than ancient history. They are a record of sophisticated engineering developed thousands of years ago. That same mastery is visible in the Great Zimbabwe ruins, where builders constructed massive circular walls using dry stone techniques that required extreme mathematical precision. When this expertise reached the Americas, it was deliberately marginalized. Enslaved craftsmen like Horace King designed and built the nation's earliest covered bridges and government buildings, yet their names were stripped from the official records of American infrastructure. That erasure evolved into the concrete ceiling. Today, many minority tradesmen enter at the bottom of this funnel, but are systematically filtered out by union exclusion, racial bias, and a lack of access to startup capital. Breaking this ceiling requires a tactical shift. To reclaim their historical position, minority contractors must move past raw labor and master the back-end business plans and community networks that protect their independence. The McKissack family has navigated this friction for over a century. Their history begins with Moses, an enslaved Ashanti builder in Tennessee who leveraged his skill in brickmaking to buy his own freedom and establish a family construction business. Generations later, twin sisters Cheryl and Daryl McKissack expanded that legacy into modern era. They entered the civil engineering and construction management sectors at a time when Black women were rarely seen as legitimate leaders of large-scale infrastructure projects. Their dominance was solidified when they were selected as the lead architects and project managers for the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in Washington, D.C. Today, they manage multi-billion-dollar mega projects, including the redevelopment of Terminal 1 at JFK, maintaining the oldest minority and women-owned design firm in the United States. The McKissack lineage demonstrates that a minority-owned firm can scale from local brickmaking to managing the most significant pieces of national infrastructure. Reaching that scale often requires fighting local monopolies. In 1980 San Diego, Abdur Rahim Hamid watched as lucrative prime contracts, even those for projects inside Black neighborhoods, were awarded exclusively to white-owned firms. Hamid identified a specific economic trap. Individual minority contractors were too isolated and underfunded to compete with institutional monopolies that had controlled the city's skyline for decades. He countered this by founding the Black Contractors Association. The goal was to shift power from disconnected individuals to a unified collective with the weight to influence local government. As this network diagram shows, the BCA dismantles barriers by pooling capital and providing state-of-the-art apprenticeship training. By linking together, these contractors create a structure capable of counterbalancing entrenched monopolies. Hamid's work proves that collective organizing and community-funded training are the only reliable levers to pry open historically exclusionary markets. On the ground level, individual entrepreneurs must be just as strategic. Desmond Collins entered the carpentry trades to build a career after leaving a past of gangs and prison, only to find his upward mobility blocked by racial bias. Collins pivoted by seeking out corporate mentorship, specifically the Strategic Partnership Program at Clark Construction. He focused on learning the rigorous back-end business skills required of a general contractor. He adopted a strict policy to protect his profit margins. He refused to give out free, labor-intensive estimates to tire kickers, instead converting those detailed bids into paid consultations. To compete with larger firms, he adopted modern bidding software and implemented a system of daily time management accounting to ensure every labor hour was profitable. Collins's career demonstrates that even master-level craftsmanship is vulnerable to market exclusion without a rigorous back-end business strategy. When executed with the right business strategy, construction is a powerful vehicle for entering the middle class and securing permanent assets like land. Breaking the concrete ceiling requires 3 pillars: an understanding of historical mastery, the support of community networks, and a sharp focus on business acumen. Mastering the role of prime contractor establishes a direct path to reclaiming economic power and building generational wealth. The tactical shift from individual tradesman to strategic business owner has been executed before. The evidence is documented in the skylines these builders left behind. Now, the only question left is what you will choose to build.